Hello, everyone. I want to welcome you to my mini studio. This is where I used to carry out my paintings, and I've really taken it over completely and messy but meaningful. Through my art, I want to express the journey of my life, how I experienced it, how I interpret it, and how I want it to be remembered. Bearing in mind that the journey started in the rural part of Nigeria, and it's more or less a record of how I've lived my life in the best way I can, the people I've met, the places I've visited, the open spaces that I've had experienced, and this has been following me even as I moved into the cities of Lagos and subsequently back down to London. And the conflict between these two experiences that I want to capture in so many ways, the most natural way I can through the art. My journey as an artist started in a very unusual way. It started when I was 70, when I was fully retired from full-time employment and looking for something to do. And having attended a few courses in art and drawing, I started to realize that was an escape route to fill the gaps. And it's been a highly inspiring journey, creating things I never believed I could ever have created in my life. When people visit my exhibition, I expect them to not just viewing pictures and images of things that I've created, but also share those feelings and relate those images to their own personal experiences in life. Because my specialty is the natural environment, open space, the sunset, moons, the hills and mountains, rivers. And in each of these pieces of artwork, I expect people to be able to see themselves through their own journey in life. And I consider myself an impressionist artist, and I draw spontaneously. And sometimes when I start painting, I may not actually know where it's going, just like in life. We start something without knowing exactly how it will end. It is after the completion of the project that I begin to see, hindsight, this is exactly what it's all about. I want people who come to my exhibition to come and see, experience, meditate, reflect on their own life and see how they too can find meaning in some of the things I've created. I've decided to create this project, particularly the master collage that I've produced, the largest work I've produced, as well as the book that I've written. It's where words are short in expressing my feelings, my painting takes over. And therefore they complement one another, and both are legacies of my life. The book itself is a legacy, a collection of my experiences, what I've done, some of my challenges, my ups and downs. I mean, these are the things that words alone cannot capture them. And therefore, where words are failing me, I bring them out in the form of art through the moonlight stories, through the mountain, the obstacles, the challenges, the journey of life. For example, on my collage, it's made up of about 35 different paintings, each speaking its own language, different stories, but they are all unified under this one umbrella. And so is life. My name is Matthew Adekunle Medokun. I'm an impressionist artist and a writer.